how in the heck are you guys? So today is Monday. It is gloomy as all get out outside. It is cold, it is rainy, and I was in a tank top yesterday. What's going on here? Again, welcome to Pennsylvania. I'm over it, y'all. Anywho, so because it's, you know, gloomy out and cold, I want comfort food. So I just made a bomb dinner. Almost caught my kitchen on fire. I didn't realize I had a recipe sitting right next to my burner and it caught on fire. Oh, it was great. It was great. Anyway, so I just made a really good dinner, but now I'm like, I want something sweet and I don't want to go back out to the store because I already went out earlier because I needed to get some ingredients for dinner. And I should have got some desserts or something, but then I was like, that's fine. We have other stuff. Well, I want donuts. And when I want something, I want it now. And I'm not waiting. So I figured I've never made donuts before. Like, everybody says it's easy. It's not too hard. So I'm like, you know what? I've never done it. Maybe some of you have never done it and you don't know if it's easy or not. So let's do it together. And if I make a total fool out of myself and they turn out horribly, then you'll know not to try it. And maybe go to somebody else's channel that knows what they're doing. But I figured it would probably be comical and never know, maybe it'll turn out good. So let's try making some old-fashioned buttermilk donuts. So I went online and I Googled buttermilk donuts because I have lemon juice and I have 2% milk. I can make buttermilk. So we're gonna do, it is from, let's see here, buttermilk donuts from food.com. So I will of course link this recipe for you guys down in the description box. And it says we will need yeast, warm water, buttermilk, 3 tablespoons of shortening melted, sugar, flour, baking powder, salt, vegetable oil, of course, for frying the donuts. And it also tells you to use a very heavy bottomed pot, so because the oil gets really hot. So I'm going to actually use my Dutch oven for this, which it actually says to use a Dutch oven. So if you have one of those, absolutely use it. If not, just use one that has a good sturdy heavy bottom. Bottom. What word is that? All right, so the first thing we need to do is dissolve our yeast in warm water in a large bowl and let stand for 5 minutes. So got my KitchenAid mixer out. Let's do this. So we need 1 tablespoon of yeast and half a cup of warm water. So let's get that started. Let's hope I have enough. Looks like I got just enough. Now we need half a cup of warm water. All right, so we're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes. So now I'm gonna make some buttermilk. So good old Alexa told me that, nope, I don't need you, don't start talking. For each 1 cup of buttermilk you need for a recipe, you need 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So we only need a half a cup, so we are going to use a half a teaspoon of lemon juice and then fill the rest of it up with milk. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Oh Lord. All right, now let's fill this up to half a cup. All right. We're gonna stir that around and just let that sit there and become buttermilk. While that's becoming buttermilk, let's see what the next step is. So tell me guys, what did all you mamas do yesterday for Mother's Day? Did your kiddos cook you dinner? Did they bring takeout over? What did you do? I'd love to know. We got takeout because this mama wasn't cooking. And I think everybody else in this whole entire tri-state area had the same exact idea because every place was packed. The drive-thru anyway. Okay, so we are going to need shortening. What do we need? 3 tablespoons. So let's break out my Crisco. So we need 3 tablespoons melted. Never, ever, ever in my life used shortening, vegetable shortening. So this is a new era for me. I'm becoming so domesticated. So I'm gonna do, stuck don't want to come out now, does it? I'm gonna do what I think is 3 tablespoons in here and melt it, and then obviously I'll measure it out whenever, after it's melted. I'll make sure there's only 3 tablespoons in there. Let's pop that in the nuker and get it melted. So for sugar, we need white sugar. We need 3 tablespoons, so let's get that in a bowl. So, do you remember when I told you guys, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, that Kylie had dropped her iPad and broke it, cracked it, and we took it to somebody to fix it, and he actually fried it, but he replaced it with a different one. Then the following week, Ava dropped hers on the concrete outside, and we had to pay for that one to get fixed. Guess what happened today? 1.5 weeks later, Kylie dropped hers now. She didn't drop it. She dropped something on it and actually put a hole in the damn thing. Somebody get these kids. At this point, I don't even want them no more. No, I'm kidding. Look at this. There's a giant freaking hole. I could put my finger in it. I don't even have words, guys. I do not even have words. At this point, my husband's gonna lose his dang mind when he wakes up. He is not gonna be a happy camper, I can tell you that much. He's gonna have to pay to get it fixed. If we did not need them for their schooling, I would not get it fixed. I'm not that type of mom that would be like, just keep getting her a new one because she just keeps destroying it. I mean, they're 6. Obviously, they need to be more careful, but secondly, I need to buy them better cases, and I need to make sure that they are sitting down, not walking around with those dang things, and staying put with them. She was playing over by her Barbie dream house, which is in my living room of all places, and something dropped on it while it was charging. But I told them they have cases. The case is supposed to be covered at all times. This is what happens when you don't listen to your mama. Just saying. Let's see if my shortening's melted. Yep, it is. We need to do 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 3 tablespoons of shortening, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. And we also need salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. And we need to put it in there and get that a mix in. So let's do 1, what did I say? Teaspoon of salt? Yeah. All right. And then we need 3 tablespoons of shortening and our 3 tablespoons of sugar. And we're gonna get 3 tablespoons of this in there. 1. Oh Lord, this isn't gonna work. Yep, I'm getting it everywhere. Let's do it over the sink. 2 and 3. Okay, we need 1.5 cups of flour. 1 and 1/2. Lord, how do I get it halfway up my arm? For the love. Baking powder, we need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then our buttermilk, which is 1/2 cup. And mix. It says you will need about 2.5 to 3 cups of flour total. It says to just keep adding it until it forms a nice soft dough. It also says it's supposed to be kind of wet. You don't want like a hard, tough dough. You want it to be a little wet because that will make your donuts super soft, which is essentially what we want. We don't want tough donuts. Okay, so we're gonna add enough remaining flour to make a soft dough. So we're gonna let this mix for a little while longer. So we're gonna add in another cup, be 2.5 cups total now. I think our flour is good. Let's see. Turn dough onto a floured surface and knead several times. Roll dough to 1/2 inch thick and cut with 2.5 inch donut cutter. I ain't got a donut cutter, but we're gonna try our best with what we got. Place donuts on a lightly floured surface, cover and let rise for 45 minutes or until doubled in bulk. And then heat 2 to 3 inches of oil to 375 degrees. Well, I have tons of oil because I got it out the dumpster. So we're gonna use probably this whole thing. We might need more oil. Good thing I got lots. Okay. Now, we're gonna get this dough out and we're gonna knead it and then roll it out and then cut us some donuts. Can't be that hard, right? I mean, I don't think I can jack this up too bad. Let's hope not anyway. I think we're gonna use this to cut our donuts out, and then I think to make the holes in the middle, one of the girls' little Tylenol cups should make a perfect hole for in the center. So let's get our surface floured, and this dough is perfect. It is a little sticky still, which you want it to be, but you want it to be like pillowy soft. So just knead this out a couple times. And I think this said it makes 10 to 12 donuts, but I'm not positive. Now we're gonna take a rolling pin and roll this out. I'm not good with measurements, so I don't know what a ½ inch thick would be, but we're gonna do our best. All right, that seems like it's good to me. So now, let's cut some donut shapes. Donut number 1. And then we're gonna take this and poke a hole right in the middle. And then we're gonna save the donut holes too. And I'm gonna get me a baking sheet and put these on the baking sheet and the donut holes, like so. I mean, they're not the straightest things in the world, but we're not going for looks here, like I always say. Why am I only getting 4 donuts out of this? With the rest of this, I'm just gonna make donut holes. All right, and voila. We are going to cover these and let them rise for about 30 to 45 minutes until they are doubled in size. And right around 30 minutes, I'm gonna turn the vegetable oil on and get ready for that to heat up for when we want to fry our donuts. I mean, I think I did pretty dang good for my first time. So I will bring you folks back in about 30 to 45 minutes and we will see how our donuts are doing. Hopefully they rise. Time to check our donuts. Hopefully they rose. I don't know if they did. Put them in my oven because it's like cold out, so. Yeah, a little bit, not much, but they rose, so we're gonna work with it. So I have my oil on. I'm gonna test it and see if it's hot. Yeah, it's getting there. So I just got me a metal slotted spoon so I can get them out. You gotta flip them Let's see, what does it say to do here? It says to heat your oil to 375 degrees and then drop in 4 or 5 donuts at a time. Cook about 2 minutes or until lightly browned on each side, and then drain them on a paper towel. And then we'll make a glaze to put on the top. I think I'm gonna do a couple cinnamon sugar, and then I'm gonna do a couple just with a regular milk, powdered sugar, vanilla glaze. So let's pop these bad boys in here and get started. Let's hope I don't catch my house on fire again. Almost. Okay, I'm gonna try a donut hole first. I'm gonna get some cinnamon and sugar out and a bowl. Oh, we gotta flip, we gotta flip. How the hell are you supposed to flip them if they don't stay flipped upside down? These things don't want to stay down. Okay, now let's try for a donut. Hopefully these will flip easier. Gonna mix up my glaze. Take these ones and just swirl them in. Woo, those are hot. Do a couple cinnamon and sugar ones. Donut on the roost. All right, now that my entire kitchen is a disaster, I guess we'll try a donut. So I dipped some in cinnamon and sugar, and then I did the rest with the glaze. So they're definitely soft in the center. Oh my God. Those are bomb. Huh. It's my happy dance. I mean, they're no Dunkin' Donuts donut, but they're pretty dang good. So, yay me. So if you guys want to try out making some of your own homemade donuts, definitely check out the recipe in the description box below. And of course, if any of you try this recipe, don't forget to email me and send me pictures. Next time, I think I might try doing like blueberry donuts, because I got a bunch of frozen blueberries that were fresh that I got from the Aldi dumpster, I don't know, like a week or two ago. And I want to use them up. So maybe we'll try blueberry donuts next time. As for this video, folks, it is over. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this dreary Monday. I appreciate every last one of y'all. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. And of course, sorry, I was like, what is in my powdered sugar? But it was nothing, it was a glare. And of course, I will talk to you all in those comments down below. Don't mind the loudness behind me. Those would be my children, because we're all stuck home right now. Yeah. What was I saying? They totally made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, I'll talk to you all in those comments down below. And as always, happy diving, baking, and cooking. Bye, guys. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. We have to have a taste test from the munchkins, right? So we're gonna do a donut hole. You want cinnamon and sugar or glazed?
Glazed.
There's one here. I'll give you that one. This one's a little hot still. Here you go.
Oh, really good.
And what do we think? Thumb
100
up?
100 million, 100 million, billion.
A lot of thumbs up.
A lot of thumbs up.
A lot of thumbs up. All right. Say bye, YouTube.
Bye.
All right, you guys heard it from the best critics around. They are really good. So make sure you give these ones a try.